So you got to overcome your thought life. So thoughts, desire. Then you got to have beliefs. I know we're getting a little bit technical for some of you, but bear with me. Beliefs. You got to believe it. You got to believe God wants you to prosper. You have to believe that God wants you wealthy. You got to do away with all that other stuff of thinking that he doesn't, and you have to believe it. So thoughts, desires, belief. What else is there? Words. Words. Everybody say words. You got to be talking it, declaring it. And at first, it's going to be kind of easy because you're going to be doing it by yourself. But eventually, you're going to say it in front of some of your family and friends, and they might gently rebuke you, but it doesn't matter. Your thoughts, desire, belief, words, and then here's that number 5, and this is the most important one. Come on, faith people. Now, some of you aren't going to like this, but I'm going to tell you the absolute truth, and it's feelings. You have to feel it, not just think, desire, believe, and words, but make your feelings. That's why when I'm coaching people, when I'm talking to people about prosperity and moving from a place of where they are now, I'll help them pick out different types of music to just sit and feel prosperous and sit and listen and shut out all the white noise and feel wealthy, feel prosperous. Listen, that is as important. Your feelings are as important as your beliefs and your thoughts and your words, and even as in your actions. Now, and I grew up, and some of you've heard this. I grew up in a more denominational type church, but when I became, my early 20s, I started following it over into the Word of Faith and the charismatic movement and Pentecostals, and I would hear this all the time concerning faith. I heard it hundreds of times. I don't go by what I see. I don't go by what I hear. I don't go by what I feel. I only go by what I believe. And although that's really religious, it's just not true. You do go by the way you feel. Feeling is important. And I tell people all the time, if you want your faith to work, you've got to feel like it's going to work. You've got to feel like the answer is already yours. You've got to feel like you're wealthy before you become wealthy. You've got to feel like you're debt free before you become debt free. Not just think it, not just desire it, not just believe it, not just speak it. You got to feel it as well. You got to feel prosperous. You do. I mean, it's kind of like when you love somebody. There are a lot of people out there that's just, look, let's just be real. They're unlovable. They don't want to be loved. They hate everybody. They're mad at the whole world and everything else and all that stuff. And you and I, believers, we're called to love them. Well, I'm going to tell you something. You got to work on your feelings to do that. You've got to work on your feelings to love them. Well, this is the same way. Make your feelings Get your feelings in line with your beliefs, your words, your thoughts, and all those things, your desire. Get all that lined up with your feelings.